The imaging data presented compares two patients: 24-year-old with tibial shaft fracture treated with intramedullary nailing, following the standard of care with weight bearing as tolerated, and 38-year-old with tibial shaft fracture treated with intramedullary nailing, managed with individualized weight-bearing prescriptions based on fracture biomechanics calculated by comeback mobility. Both patients were non-smokers, did not consume alcohol, and had no history of diabetes. At week 7, the patient managed with weight-bearing as tolerated shows partial radiographic union with an mRUST score of 7, while the comeback mobility patient managed with individualized weight-bearing prescriptions demonstrates advanced fracture healing with an mRUST score of 11. By week 12, advanced fracture healing was observed with weight-bearing as tolerated and mRUST score 9, compared with complete radiographic union using comeback mobility method with mRUST score of 13. Comeback mobility calculated an optimal weight-bearing range of 40 to 60% of the patient's body weight. This prescription was based on 3 factors. First, this load produced interfragmentary micromotion from 0.4 to 0.58 millimeters, consistent with the optimal range described by Kenwright. Second, this load maximized tissue activation within the healing zone, with approximately 81% of voxels exposed to a mechanically favorable environment, consistent with experimental and translational data demonstrating that controlled micromotion promotes abundant callus formation and accelerated fracture healing. Third, at this load level, the fixation safety factor remained high, with a calculated margin of 4.4. Beginning in week 2, the comeback mobility patient initiated partial, individually calculated weight bearing, performed in 500-step iterations with 2-hour rest intervals, 5 times per day. The patient managed with weight bearing as tolerated reached full weight bearing in week 10, while the comeback mobility patient reached full weight bearing in week 6. We hypothesize that this structured approach contributed to the observed differences in radiographic healing timelines and earlier transition to unaided ambulation. Patient enrollment is ongoing to achieve statistical significance,